I'd rather spend 5 nights with Diddy, which I have. You ever been so hyped for a movie, you finally get to watch it, and midway you're like, this shit is awful. This shit is crap. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The one thing I hate most in this world is wasting my time. And the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, it wasted my time. I was genuinely, I was hella hyped to watch this movie. My nephew got me into Five Nights at Freddy. He made me watch Matt Pat, and that's just a gay theory. And the lore just captivated me. I was like, yo, this shit is actually kind of crazy. Like, I'm gonna go into the lore. I'm gonna play the games. I'm gonna watch reviews. And then when I heard that the movie was coming out, my nephew was like, hey, like, can we watch this? Can we watch this? I'm like, sure, we can watch this. And my nephew was 7 at the time when it came out. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we could watch it. So we streamed it at my house, and he didn't even watch it. Half the movie he was scared. He was covering his eyes, and my sister was there too, and she had to hold him. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is torture. What did I do to deserve this? And I spent $22. $22 he's gonna owe me. When he graduates from high school and he has to get a little job, his first paycheck is going to me because I wasted my time, I wasted my money. I wanted to grab my nephew and like choke slam him through a table, like Kane and Undertaker in WWE. That was just like, oh, I was so disappointed. And you might be saying, why did you want to choke slam your nephew? Why did you not like the movie? I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like the movie. The movie doesn't really follow the lore of the video games, and I was getting flamed on, what was it, Instagram, saying it's a different universe, it's a different continuation or some shit like that. But I don't care. If the acting is bad, if the writing is bad, if the story is boring and the movie is moving at a snail's pace, doesn't matter. It's just bad. And that's how I felt about the movie. And I watched it a second time for this review, and I'm mad at myself. I owe myself money now because it was my fault. So, long story short, the movie opens up with Mike. He's a security guard, and if you know the lore, you know that that's William Afton's son. He tackles this dude at a mall because he thinks he's abducting a kid. And it's really not, it's really his own kid, and he gets fired from it. He works at some bullshit mall. And he has these nightmares almost every night about his little brother getting kidnapped, and he was supposed to watch his little brother. His family was at a picnic, and in his nightmare he sees like these 5 other kids, and these kids represent the animatronics. There's one kid, he has bunny ears, he's supposed to be Bonnie. Another kid has a hook, he's supposed to be Foxy. There's a blonde kid, he's supposed to be Golden Freddy, and there's a girl, she's supposed to be Chica. And in his nightmare, every time he tries to talk to the kids, they run away from him because they know who took his little brother. I can't speak right now. So he goes to his like guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor is telling him like, I got a job for you. You're working security at this Five Nights at Freddy bullshit pizzeria. And so he needs the money to support and take care of his little sister, which I'm hella selfish. I'd be like, you know what? And their aunt wants to take her so that way she can get monthly checks for taking care of her. I'm like, you could have her. Go ahead, take her off my hands so I don't got to work these bullshit ass jobs. I could just chill. And while he's working, he's falling asleep. He's having these nightmares, and he comes home and he talks to the babysitter like, oh, how was my little sister? And oh my God, bro, the movie does not follow the lore all the way, which shivers my timbers because why don't video game movies follow the lore? It took me so out of the movie because the babysitter organizes a plan that when Michael's at home, the babysitter and her group of friends, they was gonna go rob the Five Nights at Freddy, and they get killed. The animatronics, one of them bites one of the robbers in half. It was the bite of 69, and I was surprised because this is a PG-13 movie, so a lot of the fans, I'm sure, are teenagers or kids, and they seen this dude get chomped in half, which kind of shocked me because I'm like, whoa, like these kids don't need to be seeing people getting killed and shit like that. So the movie doesn't really go anywhere with his little brother being kidnapped and what happens. We all know William Afton's behind everything, but they don't even play with that idea. You only see the guy that's supposed to be William Afton, that's supposed to be the guidance counselor. He comes back later in the movie as Springtrap, and It was a mess. And like the security guard was supposedly his daughter. Some bullshit, dude. It was so hard for me to focus because of how lame it was. And once I can, I know like halfway through a movie, I know if I'm gonna watch a movie again. I know if I'm gonna watch it again. And halfway through the movie, the first time I watch it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this shit again. Stupid me. I ended up watching it again. So, and his little sister is such a little shit. She wants to go to work with him. So she goes to the pizzeria and she befriends the animatronics. Well, the animatronics want to kill them, and because they're kids inside animatronic bodies, it's almost like they want revenge. They'll take whoever, they'll kill whoever. And the animatronics look kind of dope, but you don't really get to see them until like the movie's almost over and they really get a lot of screen time. Most of the movie it's just Michael dreaming of his stupid brother, of these stupid kids and his little sister. Oh god, this shit just so Five Nights at Freddy's, I'd rather spend 5 nights with Diddy, which I have. And another thing that bothers me is the games and the lore is not no PG-13. This shit is brutal. This shit has a lot of deep meaning, a lot of adult content. I wish they could have made it rated R, but I don't know, because I would have loved to see like decaying, decomposing corpses in the suits, and Springtrap didn't even look like he was all withered and bloodied, and because you know William Afton gets spring locked into the suit, but like I said, I'm a huge fan of the games. The lore is cool, the lore is awesome, but the movie was just kind of lame. It was kind of boring. It didn't really follow the story of the lore of the game, so it kind of took me out, and it just moved at a snail's pace. This movie literally could have been an hour, 20 minutes, but the shit was like 2 hours or close to 2 hours, and but that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you've seen the movie, let me know. If you haven't, go watch it, get back to me, because I really want to know people's opinions and reviews on the movie, because a lot of people are praising it. I was getting flamed on IG because they were saying it's a different universe, it's a different something about the books, yada yada. I don't care. What I'm watching in front of me is lame, and I didn't like it. I don't care if it's something about the books, if it's a different universe. I don't care. If something in front of me is lame and I don't like it, I don't like it. I can't help it. But I ended up helping it because I watched it twice, and that's it. You know, it's a really good video game movie, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And one of my favorite games is the first Silent Hill movie. It didn't really follow too much of the lore of the first Silent Hill or the Silent Hills, but the visuals of the movie, and it was rated R too, so I mean, and I saw the movie when I was a little kid, and I still watch it to this day, and I still love it. But the movie kept me engaged the whole way through. There wasn't a dull point in the movie. Even the character development, and when they're just talking, it's interesting and it captivates you because there's stuff on screen that keeps you engaged. The Five Nights at Freddy movie was literally this. Garrett. Oh, and don't get me started on Vanessa, the security, like the police officer who would go check on Michael. She was so lame. She would talk to him and then she would like down talk him, lead him on with clues and story, and then just stop midway. And that shit pissed me off. I didn't like that. I wanted her to die. So I say all that to say this. Bad writing, bad acting, not following the original lore. It's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for this type of movie. I don't care what people say. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just what I saw, and this is how I felt about the movie. And my nephew owes me $22. If you want a really good movie that's based off of like a book or a video game, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was really good. I went into it thinking, oh, this movie's gonna suck. I actually really liked it. I'm probably gonna watch that again and do a review on it, but that movie was really good. I fuck with that movie. But like I said, it's your boy Peace. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you felt about the movie. If you haven't seen it, I guess you can go watch it and get back to me. And I'm out.